This video will change the way you see love forever. As a former lover girl, I get it. I used to think that loving hard meant that I was doing it right, that constantly giving, fixing, and forgiving meant that I was a good girlfriend. But if you're tired of always being the one to text first, if you're constantly justifying bad behavior, and if you're always the first one to fix every problem, this video is for you. There is nothing wrong with being a lover girl, but the way you've been doing it has been leaving you in draining, manipulative relationships. So these are the 5 biggest dating secrets that I wish someone had told me. And once you watch this video, you will truly understand how real relationship dynamics work and find the man that your inner lover girl deserves. Tell me if you relate to this, but growing up, I always wondered, why do the same low-quality, ugly boys keep following me? Like, I had pretty low self-esteem, but I knew I couldn't be that ugly. And this is gonna sound crazy, but here's the truth. I was actually attracting the right guys for me at the time, because these boys were exactly like me. You attract what you think you deserve. Let me repeat that. You attract what you think you deserve. In that moment in my life, I had no self-respect, lots of insecurities, and didn't think I was actually capable of being in a relationship with a great guy. So therefore, the men with that same mindset followed me. If you do not think the most highly of yourself, if you don't see yourself as the most valuable, you will not attract a guy who does either. I mean, we see this happen time and time again. Do you ever have that one friend who jumps from situationship to situationship, who can never get their shit together and is utterly a hot mess? I'm sorry, but those people do not think very highly of themselves. Because if they did, they wouldn't be doing all of that. They lack self-respect. So if you want to be treated right, you want someone to love you unconditionally, you have to give that to yourself first. Nobody else can give it to you but yourself. If you rely on other people to fix your self-esteem for you, you will be sorely disappointed. When you build yourself up and give yourself more love than anyone else, no one who is below that will come knocking at your door. You will no longer attract these broke, low-quality losers, because now you believe you deserve the very best. So why would you want to settle for anything less? So first things first, get this idea of I don't deserve love out of your head, because you do. There is no such thing as a good guy shortage. The people online who say that live in a scarcity mindset. There are plenty of great men out there, but you haven't found them yet because you still need to work on yourself. And if you're already in a relationship and wondering how this applies to you, it does. The person you are with right now is the exact representation of how you feel about yourself. So if you're unhappy with your partner and feel like they don't show up for you, that's because you don't show up for yourself. Unfortunately, you cannot blame the other person for treating you some type of way because you're allowing it. You being with them is a choice that you made. And every day you stay in that relationship, you are confirming to yourself that this is the way you should be treated. Now, I get that this is very different in certain situations, like an abusive relationship where it is very hard to walk away, especially with other factors like kids, a house, etc. But this video is specifically for my lover girls who are dating to find the one. So before you get into the wrong relationship in the first place, you need to look inside yourself and ask if this is what you truly deserve. As women, we tend to overthink things, overanalyze, and read between the lines, and that's just our nature. Studies and research have shown that women are more prone to overthinking than men, not just in relationships, but in general. And because of this, it can make us stay in a relationship for longer than we should, or even brush off early red flags because we convinced ourselves that they're the one. But ladies, mixed signals are a signal. If you are in the talking stage with a guy and you're not sure if they really like you, that is a red flag. Because when a guy truly loves you, you will not be confused. And if you're wondering how I know, it's because I'm actually with someone who loves me. In fact, my boyfriend is obsessed with me, as he should. And by the way, obsessed doesn't mean super physical or touchy. For our first 5 dates, he did not touch me at all, but I knew he liked me because he was invested in me. Ask any woman in a healthy relationship, they will all tell you this is true. Men show you who they are early on, so believe them. Men are not complicated like us. If he says he doesn't want anything serious, believe him. If he flakes last minute, he doesn't prioritize you. And if he consistently doesn't put in effort, he doesn't want you bad enough. Even if he says he loves you and you're his whole world, his actions will not align, because no man is going to treat his dream woman like shit. And yeah, people will say, well, that doesn't matter because
all men cheat, all men lie.
Well, that's not his dream woman then. The only people who say that are the ones who've been cheated on or lied to before. But anybody in a loving and committed relationship knows differently. The internet just loves to stomp on healthy relationships and demonize love. But the truth is, not every man cheats. Not every man treats his woman like trash. And I'm sorry if you disagree, but that's probably because you haven't found your dream man yet. So if he's consistently letting you down or treating you wrong, you are not his dream girl, and trust me, you don't want to be. When a guy sends you a message, you have to listen. Stop looking for hidden meaning in his behavior because there isn't any. Mixed signals are a signal. Men are very straightforward, but it's our desire for romance and intimacy that makes things confusing. So don't try to make things complicated, and I promise you it will be so much easier to find the right guy. Tell me if you relate to this one too, but as lover girls, we just love going above and beyond for our partners. I'm talking gifts, writing cute little notes, going all out for their birthdays. But here is the hard reality that I didn't want to believe. Men don't care about that kind of stuff the same way we do. I remember for my ex's birthday, I planned this huge surprise dinner with all his friends at one of the most iconic restaurants in LA. And then afterward, I booked this super nice hotel room for us to hang out and sleep in. I think I spent around $1,000 for the entire thing. Now, $1,000 isn't a lot of money to me right now, but back then as a college student with no actual job, it was a lot of money. But the crazy thing is, I didn't even think twice about it because I just loved him so much. And here's what you have to realize. Women tend to treat their partners the same way they want to be treated. I was doing the most for my ex because I wanted him to do the same for me. When a woman loves a man, she will go all out for him. She'll write him cards, cook him meals, and accommodate for him. Now, don't feel bad if you do want to do these things. It's our natural instinct. When we deeply love someone, our maternal instincts take over and we want to care for them almost like a mom. But I'm telling you, you have to fight this urge, especially when you're just dating. Because the more you do for him, the less he'll do for you. When there's no chase or pursuit, men will just sit back, relax, and let you do all the heavy lifting. But remember, you're not his wife. He's not your husband. You guys are in a temporary relationship. Being girlfriend and boyfriend is a short-term status. Now, eventually, if all goes well, you will get married. But until then, you cannot be performing the role of a wife. You should not do his laundry, wash his dishes, clean his room, or take out his trash. Now, I know some girls in the comments are gonna be like,
but I like doing those things for him. It's how I show my love.
And what I'll tell you is that there are plenty of ways to show that you love him that don't involve you doing things he should already be doing himself. Listen, down the line, if you want your man to provide for you and treat you right, you cannot coddle him like he's your son. This man is supposed to be taking care of you. He should be the one taking out your trash. He should be the one cleaning your car. And it's not a transactional relationship. Just because he does things for you does not mean you gotta do something for him right after. Just accept when he helps you and appreciate him for it. That's all you gotta do. Relationships shouldn't feel like a performance. If you're always initiating everything, planning the dates, or fixing things when you fight, stop. You doing all these things puts you in your masculine energy. Now, it's fine to plan dates here and there, but you should be letting him do the majority of the work. And if he isn't interested in doing anything for you, even when you ask, girl, I'm sorry, but there are so many other guys out there that would. Don't settle for a one-sided relationship. Find a provider who wants to do more for you, not less. On the same note as actions or lack thereof, you need to know when to pull back. If you catch yourself bending over backwards, initiating everything, or always apologizing first, stop, take a breath, and remember what your role is. You are the girlfriend, not the parent. You cannot expend all your energy and deplete yourself for the sake of his feelings. If you keep putting all this effort into the relationship and doing the most, it has the opposite effect. Rather than feeling appreciative of your efforts, he's just gonna think that he can do whatever he wants because at the end of the day, you still care and won't leave him. So for all my lover girls, especially if you have anxious attachment issues, stop putting in all your energy. If your boyfriend is treating you poorly or does something you don't approve of, don't reward him by reacting. Pull back your energy. Don't yell, don't ask questions, don't be physical with him, nothing. This is not trying to manipulate him. This is remembering your role and your value. When he does something that makes you upset, he does not get access to you. Because even your time, energy, and presence is a privilege. You need to make him realize that he gets to see you, he gets to talk to you, and he gets to be in a relationship with you. And again, this is not being manipulative or playing games because it goes both ways. Being in a relationship in general is a privilege, both for you and for him. But like with all privileges, they can be revoked. And as a high value woman, you have the power to do so. Now, the same goes goes for just accepting bad behavior. If your boyfriend does something that bothers you, but you just brush it under the rug, that's also saying something. Not making a decision is still a decision. And by you just accepting the bad behavior and moving on, it communicates that he can do it again. Don't be the chill girlfriend. Chill girlfriends are not respected. Chill girlfriends are complacent, and chill girlfriends become resentful in the end. Remember, when you pull back, it does not mean you don't care. It means you intentionally remove his access to you because you have higher standards than his current behavior. Another time to pull back your energy is when you catch yourself accommodating too much, especially when it comes to your schedule. I used to have so much trouble with this. Ladies, never prioritize your man over your schedule, especially in the early stages of a relationship. It's not about being selfish. It's about prioritizing yourself first. Let's say you're talking to a guy and he wants to hang out with you Friday night, but you already promised your best friend that you'd get dinner with her. Don't cancel on your homegirl just to go on the date. If the guy really likes you, he'll rearrange his schedule to fit you in. And once you're already in a relationship, you still need to keep this mindset. Until you get married, he's just your boyfriend, not your husband. Your world does not revolve around his. Something that I constantly remind myself is, if I were single, what would I be doing right now? And no, I'm not talking about flirting with random people. I'm talking about what your life looked like before you met your partner. When lover girls get into serious relationships, we tend to make our man the center of our universe. But this is the perfect way to lose yourself. You need to maintain your energy and do all the things that make you happy, whether they include him or not. When all your activities involve your boyfriend, you attach yourself to him in a dangerous way. You need to pull back and remember that you have a separate life outside of your relationship. You need to create that distance sometimes to rebalance your energy. And this will allow you to show up even stronger for the relationship. This tip only has positive effects, but so many girls are scared to do it. So don't be like everyone else, and remember to prioritize yourself first. And as soon as you do, he will actually start prioritizing you. You know, now that I think about it, I think all women start out as lover girls. Initially, we all have this optimistic view on love, that the first guy we meet is gonna be our Prince Charming and we're gonna have this super sexy fantasy. And as hopeless romantics, we have this idea that love is worth fighting for and we will do anything for the one, which means falling in love with the idea of what they could be, aka their potential. That even if they hurt us, it's okay because we're supposed to be together. Like, this is my person. But you have to get rid of this idea of change. You know, there's this whole debate on whether or not people can change. And while a lot of people say that it's impossible, there are just as many arguments saying that people can change. And what I will tell you is this: as humans, we change every day. The mindset that I had growing up is not the same one that I have today. My values and beliefs are totally different than the ones I had before. I fully believe people can change because I see it happen all the time. The only caveat is that change can only happen when it's self-initiated. The only way for someone to change is if they themselves want to change. But if you're trying to make someone change, it's never gonna happen. Girl, it is not your job to fix people. You shouldn't get into a relationship because you think you can make someone better. You should be with someone because you like them for who they are, not who you think they can be. I don't care how much you love someone. If you only love them when they do good things for you but not everything else, that's not real love. Like I said, men show you who they are right away. So if you have this hero complex thinking that you can fix all his problems and make him become better, it'll never happen unless he wants to. And even then, he's gotta want it for himself, not for you. Don't settle for the first guy that comes knocking at your door. And at the same time, don't settle with the guy that you've been with for 3 years. If you think you deserve better, then you do. You don't need to get confirmation from other people. You know deep down this isn't it. Remember, your partner is supposed to make your life easier, not harder. Now, I'm not telling you have to break up with your boyfriend, but I am giving you a wake-up call to think about the life you want to live, because you deserve to be treated the very best. I made this video because as a lover girl at heart, I know the modern dating world is terrifying. And all these horror stories make it sound impossible to find a good relationship. But I promise you, most of the drama you hear about is because of mistakes other people have made. And you need to learn it from them so you don't make the same ones. And likewise, everything I've said in this video comes from personal experience. I would never tell you to do something I haven't done myself. So if anything in this video resonated with you, then talk to me in the comments because I read everything you write. Like I said before, there is nothing wrong with being a lover girl. In fact, I think it's great. But I want you to know your worth and believe that you deserve more because you do. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. As always, thank you so much for being here and for putting yourself first. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.